Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys watched the video about feeling frustrated on Monday. Pretty cute little song. And I definitely related to the girl when she rips up her paper at the very beginning because it's just too hard and she can't do it. That's how I feel sometimes. So if you haven't guessed it, one of the things we're going to talk about this week is about feeling frustrated. It's a pretty easy feeling to get right now because a lot of things are new, a little bit out of routine, a little bit out of schedule. We're stuck in the house. So it's pretty easy to start feeling frustrated for whatever reason. Maybe it's not schoolwork. Maybe it's just your family's bugging you or, you're bored. But one of the things that I've noticed around our house is that when we're frustrated because we have a lot of rooms in our house and we can go different places, but if I'm feeling frustrated at, let's say, the internet because our internet's been slow, then all of a sudden I feel like my body is just frustrated at Lily and then at the dogs and then at Mr. Phillips and then I'm frustrated at dinner time. And I kind of started noticing that little tiny things are turning into bigger and bigger things for me. And I'm needing to use my exercises to calm down and bring it back down and self-regulate. So have you guys been feeling frustrated in anything? Maybe but last week we talked about worry. So maybe now you're letting your worries turn into frustrations. I don't know. But what we're going to do today, we kind of came up with a cool way to figure out where our frustration's coming from. One of the things that our family says to each other, especially when we're getting a little bit frustrated at each other, like Mr. Phillips will tell me, he'll say, "Hey, Ms. Clark, you're not frustrated with me. You're frustrated with the internet, remember? So you can be kind to me and still be frustrated at the internet," because sometimes I forget that. And I remind him all the time. And I will tell Lily, all the time too, "Hey, this is not a big thing. This is a small thing. This maybe was a big thing, but this is a small thing." So one of the things we're working on in our family right now is really kind of figuring out where things are coming from within our bodies and where our frustration comes from, where we recognize it. So what I want you guys to do, we're going to do an activity today. You're going to get in your journal and you're going to draw a person. Draw your body. Super, super simple. Okay?
But without the details.
Without the details. What do you mean? That's what I look like. Is that not?
No, without the details. Like we don't have a face.
I know. I should definitely be the art teacher instead, but I like you guys way more. Just kidding. So we're going to talk about where our frustrations come from and maybe think also about your color choice. We've got our crayons here. I identify when I'm frustrated as, definitely darker colors, more reds, some purples, probably, even though purple's my favorite color, it's still a little bit dark, and I could probably maybe feel it a little bit. But so I know that when I get frustrated first, well, I'm going to tell you this. Lily and I were talking about this earlier. And Lily said very first, she starts to feel frustrated where?
My brain.
Her brain. Her brain gets frustrated. So she's going to color her brain first. And maybe like a super dark color. Now, here's what's different from me. I get frustrated kind of quick. And I don't even let it get to my brain first. I just get frustrated really, really quickly with my mouth. And I just start to say a lot of words. And maybe I yell or maybe I say kind of things that aren't very unkind. But my mouth is what gets frustrated first. So a little something can happen. And then I go, "Ah!" or I get really mad. So I'm going to color my mouth area. Yeah. And and then maybe it kind of goes up into my brain. So I'm going to color a little bit up into my brain. And these can be totally abstract. You're not making your person. You're just coloring the areas of where you feel like your first frustration explodes from. So Lily colored her brain and then her mouth. And then where did you say yours went to?
Mine went to my heart.
Then it goes to her heart. Mine, my next level of frustration, man, I travel. Mine goes down to my hands. Now, some people, this might look like throwing things or punching things, or maybe, it's okay, kind of what you feel like. But when I talk about my frustration being in my hands, I now have to do something with them. Now, I've spent 31 years of my life learning that throwing things, punching things, hitting things doesn't help my frustration. And as long as I keep my hands safe and calm, then I can do something productive with them. So I let my frustrations go to my hands. And maybe that's a little bit of a different color. Maybe my frustration in my hands is maybe a little bit of a calmer color, maybe like a green on top of the red, because I've learned that I'm going to do something productive with my hands. So I'm going to usually do the dishes or go clean or sketch. Well, this is, interestingly enough, this is my sketchbook. And when I get,
that's mine.
It's Lily's that I've commandeered. So, and these aren't really frustrated sketches. Sometimes maybe, but I like to, there's our house. I like to sketch.
I say that one she just showed you looks like a homeless person.
There's our flowers. Lily drew Mr. Phillips. Do you guys think it looks like him? I think so.
Because that's actually my book.
Yes, this is my picture of me and my dog. I know it doesn't really look just like me, but Lily told me it looked like I didn't have a home when I was homeless.
No, like you didn't go to a different country.
And this is our Michael Jackson version of Gator. I know. And there's what's in our window. But anyway, that's what I do when I do something with my hands. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit on Friday with you guys too.
Wait, we have another place, remember?
So Lily went to your heart next. And then, so she goes from her brain to her heart. And then she goes to
my legs.
She goes down to her legs.
Like, I feel like I need to kick something.
Yeah. She says she feels like she needs to kick something. And here's something I'll tell you about Lily. I've never seen her kick anything ever when she's frustrated or hit things.
The only thing I kick is soccer balls.
Yeah, true story. And she's dang good at it. But that's something that, we really talk a lot about in our family is
I like
keeping
to color
calm.
too.
Yes, this colors. But using your body in appropriate ways, things that are safe for yourself and for others. And so even though she might feel it, she often uses her words a lot too. Sometimes they're big words and loud words, and she gets frustrated with her mouth, but
like I cry when Gator says rude things to me.
Yeah. So then me, after I get frustrated and it goes to my hands and I get tense, then it goes to my heart. And this is a lot. I'm going to fill up a lot of my body for this one and part of my brain, because here's what happens. Sometimes I can really, really sit there and learn from my mouth to my hands and then let my heart be calm. That's why I did it in a bluer color. And this is the part where I kind of get to sit and be calm and really feel how I could have done it a little differently, or maybe not gotten so frustrated starting with my mouth at first. But hopefully when it gets to my heart, I'm ready to be calm and I'm ready to learn from why I was frustrated and something I can do different next time. Other times when it goes to my heart, maybe I'm really hurt. Maybe I'm really frustrated because somebody said something to me that was really hurtful, or I was told I can't do something, no, I can't have free choice, or no right now. And this is, what's funny is we really, really love to stay home. We never really go out anyway. I mean, when we go out, we're backcountry skiing or outside playing in the mountains, which we can still do, but we never really go out to dinner or like anything like that. But hold on. But right now, because we all want to stay healthy, you know, we can't go out to restaurants and we can't go out to see our friends and family, and that's a little bit frustrating. And so I definitely feel frustrated in my heart over that, and it's just hard. So I have to recognize where all of this comes from, and kind of how I feel and how I process through it. I don't really get frustrated here in my legs with my whole body. Mr. Phillips definitely does. Let's talk about Mr. Phillips for a second, guys. He gets frustrated in his head big time, and then it comes out in his legs and his body. This is when he goes running or exercising, and he gets out of the house and he uses his body like crazy to get his frustration out, which is pretty awesome. So I want to see your guys' drawings about where you feel your frustrations, where they come from, and kind of maybe the colors that you use to represent your frustrations. Send me a picture of your drawings. And if you want to send me a video of you explaining it, I would love to see that video of you explaining your drawings to me. That'd be super great. All right, you guys. Well, I can't wait to see these. Lily has something to show you.
No spitting while the coronavirus. Oh,
good advice. No spitting while there's the coronavirus. There's your helpful tip for the day from Bird. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time.